You know, there comes a time in every YouTuber's life where they have to ask themselves, do I really want to make a tier list for an unfinished version of a game that only has 4 characters in it? And if you think about it logically, like from a this makes sense perspective, this makes sense. As long as you're doing it for the proper, noble reasons. So today, we're doing our Mortal Kombat 1 stress test for the most noble of reasons. The views. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, before we get started here, I do want to reiterate that I may be using some terminology that may seem like I'm trying to be better than you, or that kind of a thing, and I just want you to know that I'm not trying, I just am. Alright, to the list. So we're starting at the bottom here, at the worst character in this build, and I gotta say, it's not a shocking answer. I think everyone came to the same conclusion on this one. It's Sub-Zero. And I mean, I'm someone that enjoys facts, factual things, being right. I like those kinds of things. So when you look at Sub-Zero, in every Mortal Kombat game, he dies. Every single one. Most of the times he doesn't even make it past the trailer. Roasted! So I ain't dumb enough to put all my eggs in the basket that he's going to be good this time around. And in the stress test, no. Just no. Second on this list is Liu Kang. He's the second worst character in the stress test. That puts him in the bottom 50%. That may be a little bit over your heads as far as math goes, but we have 4 characters here, so I'll give you a second to grab your calculator. Now, the reason isn't so much that Liu Kang was terrible in this breakup. It was more that the other 2 characters were just so good. So now we're going to get into it, why I've decided to place these people where I've placed them. Starting with Kitana. Now, in this build, Kitana had an infinite. And it wasn't a hard infinite too. So I didn't see people using this or abusing this while I was playing, but the fact that she has an infinite has to mean something. So we put her up on this tier list. There was somebody on Twitter, Star Charger, I believe his tag was, who was saying, you know what? I think Kitana needs this infinite. Now, of course, my response to that is, buddy, this infinite takes about as much skill as it does to take a poop. So I think you might want to rephrase it into that you need it. Roasted! Which only leaves 1 character left. Top character in this build was Kenshi. And obvious reasons is just math. I don't know if you've ever tried math before, but Kenshi can have 2 of him on the screen. And last I knew, 2 is better than 1. And the rest of them are all 1s. Sub-Zero sometimes too, but it's temporary. Kenshi's better. Top of the list, moving on to the cameos. Alright, so obviously right off the bat, this is going to be kind of a quick one. Fuck Sonya Blade, she's at the bottom, we're not even looking at her. She's trying to squeeze us with her thighs and stuff, and that's just... I'm just going to stop that there. Next is Kano. Kano balls, eye lasers. Obviously, eye laser is top of the line for me. However, smoking a cigar, I don't know where he's keeping these cigars. He's pulling them out of somewhere. I'm afraid to ask too many questions, but that is actually the most badass thing in this game. And there you have it. That is the characters and the cameos ranked tier list for Mortal Kombat 1. Obviously the most correct list. If your friends try to argue this, just tell them they suck. That's what I did to all my friends. Now they don't bother me anymore. Roasted!